expecting that, and that was lovely. And, was delayed 4 times for 4 hours and landed at 4 o'clock in the morning a.m. and witnessed many accidents as I was Ubering home at 4:30 a.m. in the morning. So, and then the next day, literally like 24 hours after I landed on the same tarmac at Pearson in Toronto, a United plane crash landed and flipped. So, I mean, I'm telling you, and they're saying it's because of the wind, because anyway. So I don't want to scare anyone flying into Toronto, especially my clients who are coming to see me, but it is rough. It just didn't stop snowing. It was just like entire cancellation. Like the whole airport was canceled. When I landed at 4:30 in the morning or 4 in the morning, it was like a summer August day. There was so many people sleeping all over. There were lineups. I have Nexus, and there was even a lineup at the Nexus, and unbelievable. So I am back from Pasadena, and even in Pasadena, California, where I was, there was like torrential rain and flash flood warnings. It's just crazy. I don't know what's happening. But other than that, business is good. Business is amazing. I'm going to be hopefully in balmy Tampa in a week. So I'm going to do another executive roundtable and talk for WeBank Florida. And, if you're in that area, please sign up. And this is something we talked about. The subscription models is actually something we talked about at the Pasadena conference that I was at. It was a small business conference for 7- and 8-figure businesses. And it was pretty much talking about all the new and greatest and latest ways to grow your business. And it was called Scale It Live. Alison Maslin, she did a great job. There were amazing speakers. I'm also going to do one about AI. I mean, I talk about AI all the time, but this was really, really quite scary about some of the new technologies that are available, which I'm also using myself. But it's just gotten to the next level, as you know it would. In fact, I'm totally segueing here, but I recently listened to a podcast where they're saying Greg Braden, who's a scientist, he's saying that in 50 years, he predicts that most humans will have part of their body of some sort, some sort of, hearing, seeing, some form of their body in AI. So isn't that lovely? Not even a wearable, but like inside your body, to make life better. So who am I to judge? Okay, so let's talk about a new way to create a new revenue stream. So this we talked about at the conference with respect to upsells and cross-sells, and it got me to think, because a lot of those businesses admittedly were B2C, but let me take a sip first. Okay, so even if you're B2B, which is my world, I thought about how are some of the ways that you could do subscription models if you're not a tech company, if you're not a software for service company. So, subscriptions are not just for those companies, although I'm going to list some of those as well. Certainly not for Netflix and Amazon. And in fact, at the conference, there was this huge case study about, Blockbuster and Netflix, and how, Blockbuster just refused to join the new technology and just, put blinders on, and they couldn't survive. And Netflix just, kept coming back with the new iteration of technology. And, they just like skyrocketed their growth. And so the subscription model is really, has been great to them. It is a $3 trillion market, the subscription market industry. And in B2B, the companies that had a subscription model grew their sales by 14% just on subscription. So why is it popular for the people who are buying the subscription? Is one, it's value, because there's and it's usually built like it's cheaper than buying a single one at a time. It's value. Otherwise, why would they? Number two is convenience. Set and forget. And in fact, they now have tools where they go into your company or into your payment portals or gadgets or, credit cards or bank statements to scour for all of your subscriptions so you can drop the ones that you've forgotten about. So it truly is a set and forget, which is good for them if it's a service that they don't have to, like, for example, I have a subscription to a car wash, and it's a set and forget. And I love the fact that I don't have to pay it every time that I have to wash my car. It's just there, it's free every day. I mean, it's not free, it's part of the subscription, but it feels like it's free because it's definitely a better value, and it's a set and forget. The curation. So in some cases, somebody has thought hard about what to include in a subscription package. And we're going to talk about a little bit of this if you're wanting to use this for your subscription model when you're doing, when you have a B2B business, and you could be curating it with different services and different products and even third-party products and services. So now, what are the advantages for you, the business owner? One is predictable revenue. Amazing if you can get that. Two is this could be an increased new funnel. And, I'll give you a couple of examples that you can maybe think of what you can do for your business, even if you're just a B2B service-based business that is not a tech company. The purchase cycles gives you data and feedback through regular interactions with your client base. So you have the opportunity to have them over a long period of time. So you can reach back out to them for information. You can look at what they're, what they're purchasing, how frequently they're renewing. You'll have a lot of data about the usage. And then brand loyalty, as long as they're buying from you and they're locked kind of in, even though there's you can cancel your subscription at any time with most subscriptions. It still builds brand loyalty if they are exposed to your brand and buying it and using it all the time. So why miss out? So how can you get on board to this? And here are some B2B examples. Now, I myself thought of, like, when I was doing the exercise, which was really great. This is why it's so great to go off and work on your business instead of in your business and take some time away from the office. So I thought about, what are some of the things that B2B service-based businesses like mine could do? So right now, the model is being used very heavily with the software and tech, which is the Salesforce and the HubSpot and the Canva. Like, you have a subscription and that's fine. Now you could have office supplies. So ink and paper, industrial supplies are doing this. Cleaning supplies, packing supplies are doing it. The actual cleaning services are doing it, like Mary Maids is doing it. Actual maintenance companies are doing it on a subscription, which is the example that I read about was Michelin tire maintenance for cargo companies, for example, or transportation companies. Number 4 way of having subscription models is, for example, office furniture rentals, electronics rentals like laptops, office snacks that come in. And it's a company called Snack Nation. And then there's even an indoor plant subscription company for your office. So I guess you can switch them around and get maintenance and all that. Number 5 way example of a subscription model for B2B is fleet management. So the example they gave was that Michelin sensors track tire usage and give usage data for the fleet to the transportation companies that it works with. And then number 6 is for companies like mine that are, coaching and consulting based. You can have a maintenance package, or you could pair some sort of product and service together and have a subscription. So basically, the way to come up with a subscription model is to brainstorm on, think of what you can sell over and over and over again that your normal services don't cover. So think of why people continue to reach back out to you after you've finished your contract with them, because the fundamental question in my mind is, well, what's the difference between a contract, like an annual contract, and a subscription? Well, one can go past the year, but also I want you to think about upselling and cross-selling a subscription model for things that they're asking you to do that is not already covered in the contract. So that's the really key area for you to focus on. And that can bring you a completely new revenue stream. Now, what's to stop you from having that be just a one-time sell? Well, if you can turn it into a subscription model, and if it makes sense that it's a lower priced, continuous need for your perfect ideal client, then that makes sense to be a subscription model. So think about selling them back things like, data and analysis, or your opinion. Like, one of the things that I thought about doing is I could have a subscription model for, past clients or non-clients of giving my opinion on and edits on their sales presentations, or I could do audits on their sales reps skill set and get them to polish it every month through subscription models. I mean, some of this stuff you could already be delivering in different models, like separate training programs, or within the scope of exactly what you already do now. But the whole idea is to innovate something either new or repackage it into a subscription model, because it's a set and forget. Plus, the whole mindset of subscription is that, it builds all that brand trust, the loyalty, the repeated cycle of purchase. It should be a smaller purchase versus a one-time purchase in terms of dollar ring. So it has a ton of perceived and actual benefits for the buyer, and it has the benefit of continued and consistent revenue. And what a bonus if you can actually make it an upsell for extra revenue. So I hope that gives you some idea of where to go, and I hope it tweaks some interest in how you can start to think of how to do subscription models, because it certainly intrigued me. And I'm definitely going to be looking at some of the ways and some of the programs and packages that I can offer as a subscription model to add to what I do with clients. All right. I hope that was helpful, and I will see you next week. Take care. Stay safe. It is cold out there.